All right, Nick, let's talk about the Miami Hurricanes. A lot of great stuff going on this season for them. What do? They try to capitalize on that, build on some weaknesses in their team, and they've done that through the transfer portal, getting a really big get here. Before we get into that, I'm Andrew, and this is Saturday Morning Inspection. All right, Nick, as I alluded to, Miami Hurricanes have gotten a pretty big get out of the transfer portal. A guy who's done a lot of really great stuff, but he also has a lot of eligibility left as well. I think it's the best of both worlds for Miami, building for the future. Let's get into the tweet, and we can talk more about it on the other side. This is, of course, from over at On3 Sports from Hayes Fawcett. Great guy. On all the transfer portal recruiting news you could possibly want, he is the first to break it 99% of the time. Is breaking Jacksonville State standout freshman safety Zechariah Poyser, I believe. If I butcher that, I apologize. Has committed to Miami. He tells at On3 Sports the 6'2", 190-pound safety will have 3 years of eligibility remaining. This is one of the top DBs in the portal. This is great news for Miami. Miami, the offense has been really, really good. I think they're going to be able to keep doing that. Obviously, guys like Cam Ward, Xavier Restrepo are going to leave, but I think they've gotten a really good core of new recruits coming in as well. They're going to be able to build on that. But the defense side of the ball need a little bit of help. I think this is the kind of additions that we're starting to see that Miami need to make. Curious what your thoughts are on this one, Nick. But before we get to you, Hurricanes fans, in the comment section below, it's been a great season. I think there's been a lot of good things going for Miami. It seems like they're on the up and up. But let us know, who has been your MVP of this team for the season? I'm going to take away one easy answer. That's Cam Ward. That would be a little bit too easy to say. But let us know, what is a bright spot, and particularly someone that will be on the team next year. Who do you think is looking really good? Who are you excited to see? Who's your MVP of this team going forward? Let us know in the comment section below. But nonetheless, Nick, what do you think about this latest move for Miami?
I think it's a great move. I think it's a perfect understanding from Coach Cristobal and his staff in terms of what they need to do this offseason, right? Everyone's focused on, and not incorrectly, who's going to be the next signal caller now that Cam Ward is going to move on to the National Football League. But I think when we look at the Miami Hurricanes, whoever becomes quarterback, I think they've got enough talent and enough scheme there to be very productive and put up some big numbers. The reality is the Miami Hurricanes led the ACC in scoring. They were first. The second place team was about 6 points per game behind them, right? So they were first place in scoring by a wide margin, right? They were killing it. The problem is they were seventh in the conference in defensive points given up per game. That ain't going to cut it, right? That's not a playoff defense. And I think that's what Cristobal understands, is that they did a good job building a playoff offense, undeniably so. But their defense, especially in big moments, obviously the game at the end of the season, that one really hurt, proved this is not a playoff team because the defense isn't where it needs to be. There's some young guys, there's some talent, there's some guys coming along, but they need some influx of just game readiness, playmaking ability right now, and that's exactly what we got in this first move in the transfer portal. And by the way, it's far from the last, because this is a team where Cristobal understands this, the entire staff understands this, I'm sure you fans understand it, is that the expectations are now really high. Kind of a disappointing end to the season to just miss out on the college football playoff. But going into 2025, the expectation is, okay, take another step, now make it into the top 12, win the ACC. In order to do that, you need your defense to not be middle of the pack, right? Seventh ain't going to cut it, right? You got to be in the top 4, top 3, ideally top 2, or even the best defense in terms of points given up per game. That's where Miami needs to be. That's where they can be. They've got some of the young pieces. They just need to grow and develop. They need to supplement those young guys with some quality transfers. And this first move here, I think, is a great sign that the coaching staff understands it, and they'll continue to make more decisions just like this to rebuild their defense. Because if they can get their defense up to where the offense is, this is one of the best teams in football. I think Cam Ward proved it last year that Miami can compete at the highest level. He was spectacular, but they had a lot of great playmakers on offense. Offensive line did some good things. Now it's time for the defense to elevate. Cristobal understands they need talent to help do that, and this move right here is a step in the right direction.
Yeah, Nick, and I think we see that, and everything you say is pretty much true as far as Miami goes. And we look at what Miami has done this year. A lot of people are going to say, hey, this is a team that missed out on the college football playoff. This is a bad season. That's not the case here. This is a team that put together a lot of really good stuff. They showed that this team going forward, there is a blueprint, there is a game plan. And I think the way that we should look at it is this is a team that was this close to getting into the college football playoff. They narrowly missed out on it. Number 13, I think they win one more game. They're in that college football playoff. I think this is a team that's doing a lot of really good stuff, but unfortunately, they just narrowly miss out. Why is that? You brought it up. The defense. The defense has been a big problem. If you can upgrade this defense, even 10%, it probably gets you there. There's been a lot of close games. Miami loses just by a little bit. They had a little bit better defense going down that stretch. They could get into that college football playoff. That's obviously the ultimate goal. So I think Miami proved a lot of good things. They are able to compete offensively with the best teams in the country. But to go that next step, they need to get their defense a little bit better. They're almost there. They're really dang close. They showed how lethal they can be. If making moves like this latest move shows they understand they just need to get a little bit better on defense, and this team could be the next college football playoff champion.
Yeah, just one point to hit on there. I think you said something really important is that obviously the way the season ended, it felt a little bit like a disappointment, but this is the first double-digit win Miami Hurricanes team since 2017. They are trending in the right direction, and as great as Cam Ward was, it wasn't all him at quarterback. There's a lot of talent up and coming in the future in Miami. Cristobal and his staff has proven themselves to be quality recruiters. The future is very bright in Coral Gables. They just need to fix the defense. This move right here, like I said already, is a step in the right direction.